with everybody, and we think that being bold and sharing and learning together is a huge thing. And with that, we would love to hear if somebody has some healthy victories that they would like to share with us this week. Who would like to come off mute and share something with us?
Hey Tim, this is Dana Stabell. Can you hear me?
I can, Dana.
Hi, I'd like to share something. I was just thinking today as I was driving around, I'm in my car, that I don't feel hunger anymore. I was one of those people that ate once a day, and I saved all my calories for that one meal a day. And I dieted into 200 extra pounds.
Oh my.
And I don't feel that hunger anymore. I don't wake up in the middle of the night with that excruciating pain that was hunger that I had to ignore. Once in a while, I might feel like I need a little bit of fueling, but then I have a fueling. And, I'm not trying to talk about scale, but I've lost almost half of that weight now. And that's just without being hungry. So that's my takeaway today.
Oh, thank you, Dana. Thank you for sharing. That's wonderful, and that's really neat. When our bodies get used to being fueled this way, then it really starts to be very comfortable, and then we do get to see. And sometimes it is a little bit about the scale, and we do enjoy watching those numbers fall down. So that's a wonderful thing. Thank you, Dana. Anybody else?
Hey, Tim, I'll jump on. Can you hear me?
Brian, absolutely.
So I'm Brian Sapanik, and just kind of one of the things that I've learned recently, I kind of knew it all along, but kind of got back to it. I'd lost my weight pretty quick. And then, of course, in typical fashion, just like Dr. A kind of said in some of the things, you get kind of excited. It's like, hey, I'm at my weight. I can kind of go back to some of these other things I was doing before. And while you can a little bit, I realized that I kind of needed to get back on path. And these calls and the different messages and different things I see through the group on Facebook was always like a great reminder, like, hey, are you back on track? Maybe you could be doing this a little bit better. And then also reconnecting with you again recently, Tim, certainly helped just, again, keep my focus on maintaining the weight and actually dropping a few of the pounds that I've regained, which only about a handful or so, but still more than I would like. So again, I think the importance of the group is a thing that I really come to appreciate lately.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Brian. And yeah, man, it's been a gas just kind of working through this with you and having fun and just watching, these shifts, you making these shifts. And man, your transformation is amazing. You've done a wonderful job. And now Brian's actually training for the Chicago Marathon.
Yep. Actually, I'm going to do one in Milwaukee. I've done Chicago a few times, but I'm doing Milwaukee this year in October.
That's awesome.
That'll be my 6th, and it'll be my first one at this weight. So it'll be great to see my results from that. So I'm excited.
That's cool, man. We'll be watching. We'll be watching for you for sure.
Thank you for your help, Tim.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody else would like to share?
I'll go ahead and share real quick. This is Ashley.
Hi.
So, hi guys. I just wanted to share I had a huge non-scale victory this week. Prior to starting program, prior to moving across the country to the middle of nowhere, I was a horse trainer. And recently I've gotten some ponies again and started training them. And I just am able to do things with the horses and things like that I was never able to do before. I mean, I'm training one that's never been ridden before, and just the flexibility and the athleticism I have now, not carrying 53 pounds around, has been just shocking, and I love it. So I'm on a fat burn high, and I just love it. That's all I got. I love it.
That's awesome. I love seeing your face and how lit up you are. And you know what? When you do activities like that, physical activities, when you're 50 pounds lighter, 53 pounds lighter, man, it makes all the difference in the world. So that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Okay. So, with that, if there's anybody else, if not, we will kind of jump right in. And Kelly, you can actually share with us a little bit.
Okay, I'll come off mute now. Hi, everybody. We're going to just talk a little bit about what's happened, like with, there we go. I'm sharing my screen. Like with Brian, I know he traveled a lot this season, and all of us have had an interesting summer, and that's what it's about, right? We want to have fun. But tonight we thought about, okay, all right, we're getting in a new season, and maybe it's time to just, as Brian did, and Dana, and Ashley, what matters most? Do we recalibrate? People are getting their kids back to school. Work is probably getting a little more, regimented. Summer, I know some people have summer Fridays. They don't go to work, or maybe they get to work from home and the days are longer. And so we thought tonight we'll just go over a few tips about, let's get back towards what matters most to you, because really that's the goal, right? That's why we all start this. And really what it is about finding your structure. And I know a lot of us battle structure. Ashley and I have talked about that a little bit. I think, Tim, you may want to mute yourself just 1 second there. Yeah, sorry. And in general, structure can be your friend. I know it's hard. There are a lot of creative people. Structure isn't always our friend, but in all honesty, it is when, like Brian said, we can stay on that path. What are we aiming for? And what we found, just as a tidbit for us, we won't take too much time, but Tim and I wanted to create something that after we raised our family, we wanted to really create something that mattered to us. We love to travel. We wanted to be around people who were like-minded, and we wanted to find, we're like the 5 people we spend the most time with. We wanted to find people that were healthy, that enjoyed adventure, and then enjoyed helping others. And look what we've been able to create. And that is just a snapshot of what we've been able to do since we found this program, let alone get healthy. We both are so much healthier, both in our bodies and our minds and our finances. So that's a little bit of where we started from. And what I want to do is just kind of look at what can we do for you all to maybe help say, what am I going to do to reset with this new season? It's a recalibration. So let's revisit. Like Brian was perfect. He didn't even know we had this set up. But revisiting your whys and your goals, because we do, like Ashley, the challenge of training horses, what is it that you started your healthy journey for? Why was it? And is it still your why? Because any journey, you could take another adaptation. So recalibrating on that a little bit, revisiting that. And why did you begin helping others? As coaches on here too, we like to stop and say, why did I start helping others? A lot of times it started because we were getting healthy, and it was fun to help our friends get healthy. So now, what is it for this season for you as we go into a little bit more of a rhythm? And then, have you reached a goal? And if you have, congratulations. I hope you're being celebrated well. But what is next? Because you know what? We're always in progress. We're never there. We don't arrive. We're just on the journey. And that's what we love a lot. And where do you want to go next on that path? And so kind of think through, starting your week off. Every week starts with optimal plan. And starting this season, as things are getting a little more routine in everybody's life, think about that in revisiting your whys and your goals, and rewrite them, pretty them up, put them back on the mirror wherever you had them, because it really is something that's a great tool. And with the next thing, then we would want to say recalibrate your rhythm. Summer is summer, we all get to have fun. The days are longer. We're all a little more relaxed. There's all the festivals, but now, fall's happening, and the rhythm of the season changing and what it brings is really a great time that you can prioritize your schedule. And this is an interesting thing, especially people who have kids at home. It's okay to prioritize your schedule first. It doesn't mean that it always falls right in the middle of everybody else's thing, but if you have your schedule that's true to your goals and that you're aiming towards your why and moving forward on that, then your schedule will fit in some pockets of time so that you don't lose you. Hey, bring everybody into the game. We had 5 kids. Tim and I raised 5 kids. It got to be fun making lunches. And you know what? People can all in your household, whether it's kids, whether it's you and your spouse, whether you are, at a workplace where some things can happen together, bring everybody into it, because then everybody has a bit of ownership on what's happening. But I know, especially at home where your whole rhythm really starts, what is the schedule and how can you bring somebody into the game to help you make it work for everybody? We don't have to do everything for everyone. It's really about teaching, right? It was about teaching men to fish, not just giving them the fish. Making, prep a fun game and activity. This can happen even, with empty nesters like us, single people, but making it fun. If you're making, like, Ashley's doing hers, but I bet she dances a lot, making some things in the kitchen. Prep yourself, get ready for your days. Having a well-planned approach to your goal and your why and your dreams was only going to take the stress out of how you're going to get there. Make sure you lay out your food. Sometimes we even have to lay out our clothes for the next day so we know exactly what's going to happen. But make that a group activity where you can and prep yourself. The last thing that really on this recalibrating is start remembering your rest. Our days get different in the fall, and getting into this season, it gets busier and busier. So don't forget your rest. Dr. Anderson, this is such a habit of health that I have learned to really enjoy because, one, we get healthy sleep. If you're needing some, we get that great tea that we have sometimes at night to just settle us down. But remembering to rest, but remembering to prepare for rest is really key. Electronics off, give yourself 15, 20 minutes, quiet your mind down, and really enjoy what that's going to do for you, because you're really setting yourself up for great recovery for that resting time. Now, man, do we have the best tools ever? So when I say refresh with your tools, it just means there are so many things that we have at our fingertips. And I just want to say, starting with your health coach, linking arms, recalibrating in your schedule, like Brian and Tim reconnected, get in a rhythm, because maybe now you've revisited your whys and you want to say, hey, I'm ready to go again, or I'm ready to go to another level. Your health coach is your first frontline support. And so make sure you're working and using their support. Habits of Health, the book. Oh my goodness, that's the tool. Amazing as a resource. So if you haven't been in your book lately, maybe pick it up and just thumb through and see what area you might could benefit from revisiting in that and recalibrating on what Dr. Anderson has in there to guide us. The community, you guys, I'm just going to high five you all virtually for being here tonight, because it is about community. Everything about your journey and your goals and your the focus for you is about the community you put yourself in, who you plug into, and because we all get fed from each other. I am so excited that I'm on here tonight because I got to hear these great celebrations and victories. And I mean, Dana, my goodness. So, the community is such a key. So if you haven't gotten plugged in, as well as you'd like, we have all the other tools for you too, doctors and nurses calls and podcasts, and find what fits for you. Your commute time is a great time to get some of that in your mind too. And of course our fuelings, my goodness, they're the key that keeps us all happy every day. And now we have even more. So just refreshing your tools, maybe try some new fuelings. If you have some old favorites, that's cool, but maybe there's some you want to, mix it up with too, going into the fall. So and then the last R, that's where we want to say, just focus and visit a little bit for yourself. But the bottom line is remembering it's about you. And that's okay. Because as we've heard, and as you hear, every time you fly, put your own oxygen mask on first. And it's okay to focus on you initially, because the ripple effect from you being healthy and happy and planned and having a goal is amazing how that can affect the people around you, even if they're not hardly paying attention. Our kids, just by being around us, the ripple effect of them understanding what it means to have their clothes laid out, or what they know they have in their lunch, or what they're going to do tomorrow after school. It eases so much stress. So just remember that it's okay if it's about you, and to, just go that route and give yourself some time. And so, with that, I'm going to, stop sharing there. Did it stop share? No, there we go. Yeah, I got it. And just encourage you, to recalibrate yourself, revisit your whys, go into this season ready for your next goal. And we just love that we get to do this with you. And, that's it. We just are here Monday nights. Come back, enjoy the community, plug into your coaches. And those coaches that are on here, we're going to plug in pretty soon into a great training. So we will see you there. And I'm wishing you a great optimal week. And I hope that some of this helps. Have a good one.